Alright, back then. So, my quests. Oh, and I also have buns. I'll do some bonding. Let's get to Laura. Oh, hello, Reen. It's great to see you here by yourself. What's up? I actually found myself rather interested in this store's wares, so I decided to browse for a while. I'm surprised at how enjoyable it's been. Should I join her? Spend time with Laura, this will consume a bonding point, yes. Mind if I join you? Aha, feel free. Maybe this would be a good chance to have you tell me more about the things being sold here. Well, I don't know all that much about them myself. They have a wide variety of items here on display, most of which I am unfamiliar with. Which leads to a question I'd like to ask you, Reen. What sort of goods and accessories do girls my age tend to like? What? I ask because, well, I've noticed that there's a significant difference between myself and the other girls here. That's not a bad thing. For example, I went shopping with Monica recently, only to find myself searching for equipment to keep my sword in shape. Meanwhile, Monica was fawning over cute accessories and the like. Doesn't this prove that I'm rather strange? I don't think so, no. Well, you're different from class backgrounds. For one thing, that's a difference between you already. But even amongst the other nobles, you are a little bit different. Just as I thought. But this is of no issue. If there's something I lack, then I shall need to do this. Then all I need to do is take the opportunity to learn. Excuse me. Now tell me, which of the items here would most likely grab a girl's attention? I mean, I'm not exactly an expert on the subject, but Reen grabbed the cute mascot plush that was sitting on the shelf. How about this Mishy plush? He's a pretty popular character over in Crossbell. Fascinating. He's certainly charming, to say the least. But how about this? Laura grabbed the strap with a blue-haired muscular man attached to it. Ha! This doggy character has a rather gallant look to it, doesn't he? I'm 100% sure that most girls wouldn't have any interest in him. Oh? This is more challenging than I had expected. Reen and Laura ended up looking at an assortment of products appealing to Laura's unique tastes. In the end though, they ended up purchasing the Mishy plush. I couldn't be more grateful for your assistance, Reen. If it weren't for you, I never would have purchased something so nice. Haha, not a problem. Still, my grasp on what other girls my age like remains tenuous. It seems I have a long way and harsh path ahead of me if I'm ever to truly know. You know, you don't have to force yourself to be like everyone else. Because you aren't like everyone else. You are who you are, and that's exactly why I like you. You've given me a lot to think about today. Let me thank you once again. I'd like for us to go shopping again if you ever have the time. Sure, that will be fun. Yay! Yay! Woodland cover. Okay. Fees at the gardening shop. Oh wait, hold up. I should get some more milk here just in case. Sweet cookie. Fresh egg, fresh milk. Oh. Alright. I may do that for now. Yo, kid. Right. Let's see. Fee. Up here? Okay, good. What's with the stern look, Fee? Turns out I'll be growing some flowers for the club. But I need to go and get the tools. I see. Sounds tough. Kind of rare to see you this serious about something though. It happens sometimes. Should I give her a hand? Yes. Would you like me to help you out? Sure. Have fun. I wasn't offering to do it for you, Fee. Ah. Given how many types of plants there are, you've got no shortage of options. Have you got an idea of what you want to raise? Yep. Fee took out a small bag filled with seeds and showed it to Reem. Oh, what are these? Flower seeds. Don't know what they're called though. Someone gave them to me when I was in the Corps. Had them ever since. Ah. Do you know how to raise them then? Yep. They told me how. They were kinda joking about raising them with love. I don't know if that was a joke. My mom says the same thing about the plants she grows in our kitchen. So does Edo. I don't know much about love though. Then maybe this is the right time for you to try and raise them. But man, your corpse sounds so different from the image I've always had in my head. How so? The way you tell it, you sound like one big family in a sense. I always thought Jaegers were a bit more violent and bloodthirsty, I guess. Maybe I was just being narrow-minded though. Can't blame you. Everyone's more concerned about the negative reputation the Jaegers have than anything else. I was about to say something else than Jaegers. There are some people who can't even accept their existence. What do you mean? Nothing. Let's hurry up and buy the tools and fertilizer. Good idea. I've never seen those seeds before, so let's ask Jane for some advice on the best way to raise them. Rena and Fee bought the tools and fertilizer they needed, after which they made their way back to the Academy's flower bed to plant the seeds. Oh. That should do it. They should bloom in a few months if I raise them right. I hope they grow up big and strong. Me too. Oh, also, thanks for the help. Anytime. You're bond with Fee. Counter-attack. That's what I need from Fee. But I need her and Laura to have it. You there? Oh, looks like you've become a brown angler. That's proof that you've really been racking up the catches. I think you've got the potential to go pretty far. Yeah, about that. I don't really get what these titles mean. Haha, don't worry about it. Oh yeah, now that you're a brown angler, you can trade your points for some new stuff. There's even a new fishing rod available this time. So get fishing for more points. Fine by me. It'll be a waste to miss out on a chance to get some better tools. The lock run. Serial. Wait, come on. What's this about? Ooh. Defense increase. For 80 points, I'll take Serial first. And then the car badge. Put that on you. Good. Right, nice. That should do for Laura. And I got me a cereal. Attacks and craft can mute or freeze enemies. I'll leave that on her for now. Excuse me. Let's see. Alisa is in the main building. Not here. That's Elliot. Olmec. That's Gaius. Where is Elisa? Computer. Ah, right here too. Huh? Isn't this classroom usually locked? It is, but I checked it on a whim and it was open. The janitor must have forgotten to lock it after he was done. I see. So what brings you here? I got into an argument with Ferris earlier. She started asking me all these questions about my last name after she found out about Sharon. And we ran off here. How many times am I gonna have to deal with this? She seems pretty upset. Maybe there's something I can do to help her out. Yes. I'm probably not the best person for this, but do you need someone to talk to, Alisa? It's better to let these things out than bottle them up. Green. Thanks. Oops. I know I forgot to lock up. Oh shit. There we are. Now would be a good time to run and pound the door. Wait! Did he just lock the door? No shit. Seems like it. I guess we're locked in. My luck keeps getting worse and worse today. At least it's not night time or anything. I'm sure someone will come by before too long. That's true, but huh? So it's just Reen and me here in the dark behind the locked door. No, Alisa, focus. This is all Sharon's fault. I wouldn't even be here if Ferris and I were arguing about her. Isn't that a bit of a stretch? You wouldn't say that if you knew her. She always does this. Imagine living with someone who knows nearly everything about you but never thinks about your feelings. And on top of it all, she's always taking Mother's side. Like she did when what? Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have tried to pry. Even so, you don't really dislike Sharon, do you? I mean, I guess I can't say dislike. It's kind of hard to dislike someone who's been a permanent fixture in your life since you were a kid. See what I mean? She's going to be at the academy anyway. You might as well try to make the best of it. Besides, she's sort of like an older sister to you, right? Siblings aren't always easy to deal with. You're right about that. But still, it wouldn't kill her to think about me a little more. Not a moment goes by in which I don't think of you, Lady Elisa. Sharon? What are you doing? Whenever you are in need, I shall be by your side. After all, isn't that what an older sister is for? She knows how to make an entrance, I'll give her that. I can't believe she heard all that. Oh my, I didn't interrupt anything personal between the two of you, did I? I would be more than happy to lock the door again and leave the two of you to whatever it is you are up to in here. Don't even joke about that. Yeah, one to the Lisa strike. Auto tier. That's good. Alright. So let's see. Got to visit the bookstore. I have a book to buy. Oh, I already did buy it. Committed chess. The teaching prime. What these things? Let's see. Trista who? I'm supposed to get a new recipe down here. Hannah? Kurt loves his sweets. His favorites are berry tarts, so he's always asking me to make some. How about you try your hand at making them? I'm making one sometime. Recipe for berry tart. Alright. Celine should be nearby. Ah, there you are. She seems so happy. Maybe I'll bring her some more another time. Let's go fish a bit. See what I can catch here now. Ooh. What type of fish is this?
Caught one.
Rock eater. 70 points. Type scored 6 out of 20. It'll step it. Alright. Oh, another sword too. Another rock eater.
Caught one.
One more.
Not bad.
Alright. George's supposed to have some stuff for me. Oh, not yet. Well, alright. Maybe I can't do it yet, but I'll have to remember to check George for some codes. Let's check this fishing spot again. Oh.
Caught one.
I know carp here. Oh, come on.
Not bad. Not bad. Caught one.
My last one. Alright.
Caught one.
Wait a minute. Hasn't really done much for change, but either way, let's go this. I need to do these quests. There's one particular quest out here in the field. The optional quest. Ah, there you are. Excuse me, is your name Vincent by any chance? Indeed it is. Standing before you is a nobleman overflowing with love and purpose. The one and only Vincent Floral. I presume that you are the Cupid that asked the student council to send. I asked the student council to send me. He is quite a character. He really seems to like himself, but that's what I've grown to expect from class 1. I'm no Cupid, but I am here on behalf of the student council, yes. Then you may still well serve my purposes. Allow me to congratulate you on making your way here. So based on your request and my new nickname, I assume you want me to find someone for you. Yes, something along those lines. Do you have some time to spare? If so, I shall begin explaining the particulars of my request. Let's hear it. Please elaborate on your request. Aha, fine answer indeed. Although before we continue, phew, Sarifa is currently nowhere to be seen. Now that I think about it, This is kind of an unusual place to meet. Meeting place. Are you hoping to keep this request quiet? Not exactly. I was merely hoping to avoid things getting meddled in. My father sent Sarifa to the academy to keep an eye on. As you can imagine, her watchfulness can occasionally be rather constraining. Huh. Well, that's apart from the meat of the matter. To be blunt, I have received not one, not two, but 3 passionate love letters of late, and all from a single writer. Curiously, however, the writer in question signs with naught but a nom de plume. What I would request of you, my fine fellow, is to find out just which lovely lady is responsible for these. That's reasonable, but are you sure it's appropriate for me to try and find her? These are anonymous after all. Do take a moment to think it over. The fact that she chose to use a pen name rather than remaining completely anonymous is proof of pining, hopeful heart. In fact, I am absolutely certain that she wishes for me to find her. I suppose I'll have to trust your judgment on this one. What's more, she sent cookies along with her 3rd letter. I would hardly be worthy of the floral name if I did not properly thank her, would I? Yeah. I don't think I could stop you at this point if I tried. Do you have any additional information that would help me pinpoint exactly who we're looking for? I do indeed. The first hint is that she is a first year. As a man well versed in the feelings of beautiful women, I was able to deduce this from the respectful tone of her letters. Additionally, the fact that she attached a pressed grand rose at the end of each letter may serve as a hint as well. A grand rose? If I remember correctly, those are the flowers you use when confessing your love to someone, right? Quite. Which brings us to why this is a hint. The only way to obtain a grand rose in Trista is to purchase it from the town florist. So if we ask the florist who has purchased one, precisely, we will be able to discover just which shy maiden has sent these letters to me. Would you take on this task with me then? As long as you don't mind me sticking to the plan we just discussed, I don't see why not. I am truly indebted to you. Based on her pseudonym and her use of a grand rose, I can only imagine Our Lady is the very model of grace. Now that you mention it, what was the name she used? Well, it seems I neglected to mention that very important detail. She calls herself the Grand Maiden, a nickname taken from the daughter of a baron who married into the imperial family long ago. The emperor at the time was so smitten that he gave her countless numbers of grand roses. And so came the moniker. I see. Can't say I've heard that story before, but it is interesting. But this is no time to stand around thinking about it. I'll head over to the florist's shop right away. Very well. I'll leave this matter in your clearly capable hands. Quest to the Secret Admirer started there. Alright, so the gardening shop. Excuse me, would you mind if I asked you a question? Not at all, go ahead. Rin explained the situation to Jane and asked about any first years who had recently purchased any grand roses. It wouldn't be hard to find out if I looked at my records, but I'm not exactly sure I should disclose that information. Understandably so. I don't intend to do anything with this information that they don't want me to. If they ask me to keep their identities secret, that's what I'll do. I see. Well, if that's the case, I guess I can help you out. Just remember though, it's your job to give the mystery sender your support and nothing more. I wish her the best of luck. This request is getting pretty complicated at this point. Right. I count 3 first years who've made a Grand Rose purchase recently. In class order, first is Beryl from class 3, then there's Vivi from class 4, and Rosine from class 5. I see. Thank you very much for the help. The fact that she mentioned Vivi has me worried. I hope she's not trying the same trick on someone else right now. Not at all. Good luck. Right. Sister Rosine. Rosine? Is it Rosine or Rosine? Wow. Rose. Excuse me. You're Rose from class 5, aren't you? That's correct. Why do you ask? I have a quick kind of personal question for you. We explained the situation to Rosine and asked if it was her who sent the letters to Vincent. Oh no, that certainly wasn't me. I did buy a Grand Rose, but it was for the purpose of decorating the church. Oh, I see. Sorry to ask such an embarrassing question then. It's fine. Beryl, Student Union Building. Hey, wait a minute. Imperial fishing, class chess, photography. Ah, there we go. You there. You're Beryl from class 3, right? I certainly am. What do you want from me? Actually, there was something I wanted to ask you. Reen told Beryl about his investigation and asked if she was the one who sent Vincent the letters. Huh. Do I seem like the kind of girl who'd be interested in romance? I needed to purchase a Grand Rose to use in a ritual, that's all. I see, that answers my question. But now I'm wondering what that ritual she mentioned is all about. Well, that's all I wanted to ask you. Sorry to disturb you. Sometimes it's good to be disturbed. Good day to you. You're a freaking weird one, but I don't dislike that. Right, Vivi at the gardening club. Be this way. There you are. What are you up to? What's up, Reen? Were you so taken with my feminine charms that you couldn't stand another moment away from me? That's something I'd like to ask you. There's something I'd like to ask you. Reen explained the situation to Vivi and asked if she was the one who sent Vincent the letters. Well now, that is pretty interesting. I'm going to take that as a no. Yeah, I wish it was me, but I'm having too much fun teasing Lynn to set my sights on any boys right now. Of course you are. You did buy a Grand Rose though. Don't tell me you tricked another poor unsuspecting soul into helping you torment her. Pretty much. But can you blame me? She falls for it every single time. I can't help myself. You're a monster. Pauline. I can't imagine what she has to deal with a sister like this. I've asked all 3 girls the florist told me about, but none of them seem to have sent the letters. I guess the train's gone cold. I should report back to Vincent for now. Tell me, did your investigation prove successful? Wait, Don't tell me. Have you brought our Miss Woman here? Oh, be still, my beating heart. Yeah, about that. I wasn't able to find her in the end. You cannot be serious. Did you ask the florist as we discussed? I did, and I spoke to all 3 girls who purchased grand roses. None of their reason for doing so had anything to do with you. I can go into detail if you'd like. It matters not. If they do not concern me, then they are simply not my concern. I'm sorry that I wasn't any help. But there is one thing I am curious about. Where could a girl get a grand rose if she didn't go to the florist's? There's no way to tell. Perhaps if the Grand Maiden is a noble, she could have had an alternate source, however. My darling Vincent, I found you in a hoarse voice, Lord Father. Enter Texas. Who goes there? State your business. The cookies I just baked ended up far more delicious than ever I could have imagined. So delicious that they could only be destined for the lips of my beloved, my elegant, dashing darling Vincent. What could possess a person to approach another out of nowhere and say such befuddling things? Furthermore, I do not even have the foggiest idea of who you are. Oh shit. I'm not mimicking that, no way. Oh, but you do. What if I told you that I was the Grand Maiden all along? Oh shit. No way. Dumbfounded. I can hardly blame you for being speechless with joy. My real name is Margarita Dresden. The lovely grand roses I attached to were grown by my family. So that's how you got them. If you're a part of Baron Dresden's family, then could it mean... Oh, so you know the story. Your suspicions are indeed correct. I, Margarita Dresden, hail from the same family line as the lovely Grand Maiden herself. It all adds up. Inconceivable. How could you of all people be related to the Grand Maiden? When her beauty pales in comparison to your own. Look, darling, we're already completing each other's thoughts. And yours are oh so sweet. Texas, what you said couldn't have been further from my actual thought. Well, partner, if you see what she could do. Smalley's a serious freaking choji situation. Even when you're shy, you're still so wonderful. Seeing the surprise on your own handsome face made waiting to reveal my name entirely worth it in the end. Now, my beautiful Vincent, it is time for you to reply to my love letters. Will you enter a relationship with me? You may choose one of 2 replies. I will be delighted, or there will be no greater honor. Sorry, how many options did you say you were giving him? This woman could hardly be more different than the demure maiden her letters made her out to be. My only answer for you is a resounding no. Now be gone and bother me no more. So that's how it is. Oh, just when I think you couldn't be more adorable. To think you're the sort of man who hides his true feelings away. I beg your pardon. There's no need to fear, please. Have one of these special cookies I prepared. One bite and you no longer feel the need to keep your innermost longings out of public view. Don't tell me you mix something into your cookies, dog. She gave you some sweaty cookies. Some dread sweaty cookies. Oh, but that is for me to know and you to find out. Stay back. Do not come any closer. You, don't just stand there. I'll need your aid if I'm to survive. I have no idea how to handle a situation like this either. Don't worry, my darling. There may be a slightly bitter aftertaste, but it will all be worth it in the... I've been looking for you, Master Vincent. Sarifa? Did I ask what you are doing in a place like this? Sarifa, I beg you, please, free me from this terrifying situation. If I recall, you are my sweetheart's darling maid, are you not? So this is the Serifa he mentioned. As much as I hate to interrupt the situation at hand, I'm afraid I must. Master Vincent, your presence at the upper class dorm is required at once. A delivery of the utmost importance from Count Floral awaits you there. I see. Then I have no choice. I must go at once. But these cookies are a present for Master Vincent, are they not? In that case, may I ask you to leave them in my hands for now? I will make sure he enjoys every last one of them later. Well, if you insist. Margarita begrudgingly handed over the bag of cookies to Serifa. It seems as though Master Vincent has roped you into this nonsense as well. Hopefully this can dull some of the pain that this annoyance has surely caused you. Prismatic Kit, yay! Thank you. With that, I wish you all good day. Let us go, Master Vincent. Indeed. But this girl's different. That made me prove to be quite the obstacle. But no matter, there shall be plenty of opportunities to woo my darling from here on out. I believe it's time to get started on a new batch of cookies. Well, today's been full of unique encounters, to say the least. At least that request is over and done with. Completed. Arts 15. Prevent confuse. Right, so. What's my next quest? Ah. We'll have to go deal with George. Hey there, Reen. Thanks for stopping by. Might I ask where Alisa and Laura are? Those two lovely flowers would do wonders to brightening up this dreary old building. Let's not make Reen's life even harder than it is already. Sorry, I probably shouldn't think out loud. I still haven't talked to Angelica much, but she's definitely an interesting one. That aside, the request was for me to assist with testing out the oval bike, wasn't it? So what will I be doing? Oh please, I could hear you making those vroom vroom noises before you even stepped through the door. I was not, but wait, does that mean? Yeah, we want you to ride the oval bike. Me? I can't deny that's what I wanted this to be, but I never expected it to actually happen. It'll actually happen. I'll give you all the juicy details when we're actually ready to test. Before we start, however, we want to make sure you have the time. So how about it? You ready to ride? Yes. Okay, let's ride. Good answer. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about the bike. Everything you see here is something that Angie asked me to build for her. And because of that, the bike's been fine-tuned to meet her specific needs. In a nutshell, it's all Angie. The engine, the brakes, and even the handlebars. I see. As you might expect, she and that bike are practically symbiotic. When she's on it, she's a sight to behold. But because we've tuned it specifically to her, it's become a little too tough for anyone else to handle. Think of her as an unruly horse. There's no denying she's a fine bike, but she doesn't play nice with strangers. Right, I'm really hoping I make it through this alive. Don't scare him now, Angie. Crow's ridden it just fine. But I suppose he's been working on this bike since we started it too. Compared to him, you're a complete beginner. Which is great. You have a more objective opinion after your ride. I guess it makes sense why you asked me that. Feeling a little nervous, are we? Let's head over to the highway. So what are Tower and Crow doing here? Angie and George told us you'd be doing this. So I came along to show some support and take some time off work. My reason isn't quite as sweet as little Tower's here. Like I said before, this bike at least partially my baby. Think of me as an overprotective father, making sure you don't mess up and hurt my girl when you take her out. Thanks. Crow, don't make him any more nervous. Don't worry, just ignore everything this guy says. I do, and it's worked great for me. We can rebuild the bike, so stay focused on keeping yourself safe. Right, thanks. Do you have much experience riding horses? Actually, yeah. You shouldn't have any trouble then. She's a whole different beast, but the basics of riding are the same. So have fun. Thanks, Angelica, that helps. I won't let you down. Okay then, that should be just about everything you need to know. I think I get it now. The three things you want me to test are starting up the bike, shifting gears, and coming to a stop, correct? That's right, we want to see how you handle everything. Let me give you a few pointers. You might not really get them until you're on the bike proper, though. Hit me. First of all, you can't ride if you can't get moving, so let's talk about how to get started. Starting the engine is simple enough, but how smoothly you ride off will depend on how well you can operate the bike's clutch. Once you shift into first gear, open the throttle and then slowly and steadily release the clutch. Release the clutch slowly and steadily when I start moving. Okay, I'll try not to forget. Next up is switching gears. Before switching gears, make sure to pull in the clutch quickly and firmly. Once you shift gears, release the clutch slowly and steadily, just like when you start her up. I can do that. The last thing you need to worry about is stopping the bike, which you probably want to know how to do. When you want to slow down, release the throttle and simply apply the brakes to both wheels, front and back. You're going to want to give each one different amounts of pressure though. Apply the brakes strongly to the front wheel and lightly to the back wheel. That should bring you to a smooth stop. Strongly to the front, lightly to the back. That's a lot to remember, but I think I can do this. Aha, that's the way. This is all about learning through experience and getting used to riding on the fly anyway. So, what do you say? Ready to go? You bet. Alright. Right then. First is starting up the engine. Wow, this is pretty intense. It kind of reminds me of how I felt when I first rode a horse. Right, let's push those nerves to the side and get going. Okay, so I pull the clutch level, shift to first gear and twist the throttle. Now that I've done that, all I need to do is to let go of the clutch and I'll be moving. Angelica told me how to do this. What exactly did she say again? Raise the clutch slowly and steadily. Now we're talking. This is great. There he goes. Can't wait to see the look on his face when he gets back. He's gonna love it. Hopefully. Wow, this feels amazing. I'm amazed at just how stable and smooth the ride is too, considering how heavy it is. I think I'm used to this speed now. Let's try switching gears. Right, first I need to roll off the throttle, then I need to pull the clutch, change gears, then release it. Angelica told me I had to handle the clutch a specific way during all of this. What was it again? Pull in quickly? No. Pull in quickly, release slowly, right? Alright, I need to pull in the clutch quickly and firmly, then change gears. And after that, I need to release the clutch slowly but steady. There we go, perfect. Going this fast really does feel great. I get why Angelica loves this so much. But the fun's got to come to an end eventually. It's probably about time to stop. Obviously I need to hit the brakes. But how much pressure do I put on them? Strongly on both? No. Strongly at front, lightly at the back. I'm pretty sure Angelica said strong on the front brakes and light on the rear brakes. I stopped almost exactly where I expected to, so I guess I did it right. This thing's incredible though. It feels like I'm still riding along even though I've come to a stop. But I guess I've got to snap out of it eventually. The others are waiting for me. I better head back now. It's loud too. Welcome back, Green. Well, how was it? I'm amazed to say the least. The sheer speed, the engine's vibration, and the feeling of the wind as you ride along. I've never experienced anything like it. No amount of horse riding could have ever prepared me for this. Just wow. Yes, you've got some potential. Look at this guy. He's trying to act all calm and composed, but his face is just screaming, "Let me go back out and ride." Plain as day. Seems like you handled it really well too, based on your report. I have to admit, I didn't expect those kind of results out of you. It's a pretty unwieldy machine. It's even more impressive considering it was his first ride with her. Nice to know that I could have a worthy rival waiting in the wings. Not everyone can get that much praise out of Angie. You should pat yourself on the back. It's a real honor. Now we need to hear some more detailed impressions of each piece. But let's do that back at the engineering building. Good plan. Oh, they're having so much fun with this. Maybe too much. Thanks, Reed. The info you gave me should come in handy. Glad I could help. I think she'll be a much more stable ride from now on. I'll have to be sure to tell Alisa's mother about everything we learned today, if they end up mass-producing oval bikes. Alisa's mother is the chairman of the Rhineford group, isn't she? I didn't know you were familiar with each other. The Rugner and Rhineford families share a good relationship actually. Oh yeah, they're both big names in Ruhr, right? Yeah, Angie's dad's one of the group's biggest shareholders too. Wow, they are pretty close. Well, now you know. Alisa's mother provided the engine and a number of other parts for the bike too. So that's how you got your hands on everything. That's right, although whether or not Rhineford will actually mass produce the bike is an entirely different matter. Their biggest goal is to turn a profit, so the only way that's happening is if we can show them that it would make money. Which is why we're currently trying to make it into something that the masses can handle. And today, you were a big help in getting closer to that goal. Wow, I'd love to see that happen. Looks like you get it. I guess my first impressions of you were right on the mark. Oh, I haven't properly thanked you yet, have I? Thank you for helping us today. Here's a little token of my thanks. Dragon Vein, yes. What don't I have on it? Are you sure about this? It seems like a really valuable quartz. Of course. I'm sure you'll be able to put it to good use. Well then, Reen, thanks a lot for your help today. I'd like it if you could help us out next time We need a hand too. I'll cancel my plans as soon as you ask. Wobble completed. Right, but I gotta get some stuff from you. Nothing here to do anything. Slots. Not enough yet. Same thing. Well, that's disappointing to say the least. Quartz. There's nothing new in particular. Alright. Oh, you got EP charge. Oh, Mobius. Increases potency of healing items. I'm practically broke now. You know what? Let's end here for today.